This video will cover peripheral T-cell lymphoma. The anchor for this video, as in others, is this restaurant named Taco Cell, which sounds a lot like T-cells. The restaurant also has a green theme, which will help us remember lymphoma, since lymph things are normally represented in green. Lastly, to remember peripheral, this image takes place deep in a jungle. The word jungle is a little similar to peripheral. And since this is deep in the jungle, we'll remember peripheral, since the word peripheral itself sometimes refers to things that are on the outskirts. We'll remember this restaurant since it really seems to be on the outskirts, or the periphery, just like peripheral T-cell lymphoma. This is the most common T-cell lymphoma in the Western Hemisphere. This fact is represented by the sign here that says that there are multiple locations of this restaurant in North America. Usually this lymphoma is nodal. This random stone here that really looks like a node of some sort represents this. CD4 is expected to be positive and CD8 negative. We will remember this by this nice door here on the restaurant, since the number 4 sounds like door. And since there's no gate at all here, we're going to remember negative CD8, since the number 8 sounds like gate. This broken kiosk here will remind us that T-cell receptor is usually rearranged. Kiosks are basically like receptors, aren't they? This leopard here holding a wooden trident will represent Leonard-like variant, since leopard and Leonard sound alike. The wooden trident is a representation of trisomy 3, which is associated with this variant. Trisomy is represented by the trident itself for obvious reasons, and the fact that it's wooden will help us remember that this trident came from a tree, which tree sounds like the number 3. If you notice, there are even some roots coming out from the bottom of the trident to really reinforce this tree association. CD25 is expected to be negative and is represented by this Tweety character, which sounds like 20, and he's daydreaming about a beehive, which sounds like the number 5. So he's only daydreaming about the hive, he doesn't actually have one, so that way we'll remember negative CD25. These lymphomas are usually negative for T follicular helper markers such as BCL6 and CD10. Negative CD10 is represented by this empty den here. In other videos, these dens are full of CDs to represent positive CD10 because the word den sounds like the number 10. But in this case, since it's not full of CDs, we'll remember negative CD10. We'll remember negative BCL6 with this flyer here that says someone lost their belt, which had a buckle made of sticks, just like in other videos. The buckle portion helps us remember BCL, and the fact that the buckle is made of sticks helps us remember the number 6, since sticks and 6 sound alike.